Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone.
Today's video is about Howie Mandel versus Jeff Bezos.
Who would win in a fight? Now, we all had the burning question in the past: who would win between a bear and a gorilla? But I think this question's a little more important. So tonight we're gonna figure this all out for you. We got all the stats, we got all the backstory, experience, we got everything.
Let's start off with the stats. All right, Bezos' stats. His height is 5'7". He has a weight of 165 pounds. He's 55 years old. His shoe size is 10. And he has a net worth of $113.44 billion.
Billion.
Now, compared to Howie Mandel, I think we know that Bezos is going to be the top dog when it comes to money.
He's a top dog in any situation.
Yeah, I think he might be the top dog in America.
Alright, so we got Howie's stats. He's got a height of 5'10", which is better than Bezos.
He's 2 inches taller.
Yeah. He's
No,
got
3. He's 3 inches taller than Bezos.
a weight of 175, 10 pounds heavier. Age of 63, so that's like what, 8 years older. So that's not looking too hot. And shoe size of 10, same as Jeff.
Same shoe size.
Shoe size. And then we got a net worth of $40 million. So like we said, not even close. That's not even a dent in his money.
Now, I'll tell you what, he's a rich guy, okay? We all know he's a celebrity, and he's been on many shows. He's been on TV many times. He's got cash.
Great man.
But he's not Bezos money. Yeah. Now, through this video, we're going to be keeping tallies. We'll have a graphic up for you guys to see. We're going to be keeping tallies on cherry points, a.k.a. testosterone points.
A.k.a. the nutsack points.
These are points that give a man testosterone, what we think would give a man more testosterone, because we feel the more testosterone you have, the more of a monster you are.
Which, actually, we could probably start off right here with their age. Bezos is a little younger, so therefore he'd probably have more testosterone.
Yeah, you do lose testosterone as you age.
So yeah, we're just comparing.
All right, fine. We're gonna do a tally system where a point goes to either one, depending on who's better at that thing.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
we'll compare them as we go.
Yeah, we're not going to get...
And so starting off with age, that's a testosterone point for Bezos.
Yeah.
Bezos is a younger dog.
He's already in the lead. Not by much, though. It's only 8 years. But those 8 years,
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have all the testosterone he could have, but he has more than Howie.
All right, so now we're going to go into the little bit of backstory of Bezos, his childhood, how he grew up, and...
see what kind of man...
Yeah, what made him into this man that we have today.
All right, so to start things off, Bezos's birth father...
Oh, yeah.
He was a circus slackline unicyclist.
Professional.
All right, now... That's balance points for me, my boy. This guy, he has genetics for balance. Now, in fighting, that can be pretty good to have some balance.
And I mean, if you've seen Bezos' ears, I mean,
that's even more balance. The older you get, the bigger your ears. So, I'm gonna give Bezos that for just when it comes to the fight, man. He's gonna have balance. That's a cherry point for me.
So far, Bezos in the lead, 2 points.
But later on, around 4?
Yeah, age 4.
Age 4, his mom left his birth father because he was a circus unicyclist.
He wasn't bringing any dough, so
for probably the guy who was cutting the bushes because he was a Cuban man.
Yeah.
So with that, he was raised by a Cuban man. Now Cuban men are pretty gruff men. from what I've seen in my life.
Jamie would know. I mean, he's seen
I know my
quite
Cubans.
a few Cubans in his life.
I think they invented the cigar, which is like
the most testosterone you can have.
the cigar is literally a sign of man.
I don't know. If they
You
invented
smoke
it,
a cigar when a boy's born.
Jeez.
It's pretty insane.
What happens when you adopt a 4-year-old boy? Just 4 cigars at once?
Well, all right. As he was a kid, he was an inventor and a hands-on kid. I guess throughout his childhood, he would invent things. Because he'd make like defense things against his siblings to keep him out of his room. And he once at the age 3, he disassembled his crib to get out of it because he didn't want to sleep in it when he was younger. I think that was the age 3. Yeah, I was at age 3.
It's pretty crazy. Age 3, he's using a screwdriver.
So he seemed to
taking
be
apart his crib.
Yeah, he seemed to be a pretty
insane.
smart kid, which seems why he's so rich today.
Yeah.
It's definitely helped him. But I mean, it's like, yeah, those are crazy feats as a child. So, is that a testosterone point? He's got brain. Strategizing.
We'll hold off on that until we get into Mandel. We'll see. We'll compare the two then.
Okay. But the one thing he's known for, I guess, other than his money, he's known for his horrific laugh.
That's actually how it was quoted in the article.
He's known for a horrific laugh.
Yeah,
now,
that's. I've never heard him laugh before. That sounds pretty sinister.
That's a testosterone point. That has to be. What do you say?
I mean, yeah, if it's horrific, you're putting fear into the other man. So
we'll give another tally to Bezos. Nice marker. All right.
And he was also quoted to be a ruthless leader.
So
that's
it sounds like a dictator mentality. Yeah. That's pretty. I would imagine he's a pretty feared man. And he's got some pretty beefy pictures of himself. So
surprisingly,
he's only 5'7", so he's really not that big. But he's still, he's got that eye, you know. All right, and in his life, he had 3 near-death experiences.
This was probably the craziest thing.
3 near-death experiences. I haven't had one yet. I mean, I've been in car accidents, but
that's not a
none of them are near
experience.
death. I didn't feel like I would have died.
This guy's been through 3. He's had a pretty insane life.
So, first off, he survived a 6.9 earthquake. That's pretty good.
I mean, like, that's not insane, because there was probably hundreds of thousands of people that survived that earthquake.
Yeah, I tell you what, Bezos, he probably has a private jet, so he could probably fly out of there faster than anybody can in an earthquake. So I don't know if that means he survived or he was on the ground shaking.
Right.
You know, and he's
probably got like an earthquake alarm in his house, and he just hops in a helicopter and books it.
A brick wall falls, and grabs it and saves his children. If that was the case, then that's pure testosterone.
You see his arm span, you might think that.
But as vague as it was, I'm gonna say he just freaking got out of there.
Yeah,
that's what people do during things like that. But besides the earthquake, a 6.9 level earthquake, he was nearly crushed by a 20-pound tungsten ball. Now,
this one was another. We were a little iffy on this one.
Now, if you just heard almost crushed by a tungsten ball,
yeah, that sounds pretty
you'll
crazy.
be like, oh, frick, dude, he survived a tungsten ball. But it's only, they said it was only 20 pounds.
That's a 20-pound ball.
So
we were looking up pictures of 20-pound balls, and the best we got was a 20-pound medicine ball.
Yeah.
So it's not.
If anything, they'll just give him minor brain damage. Move on from that. I don't know if that's a testosterone point.
Yeah,
he just survived.
Yeah.
But there is one of his things that I think it meant something.
Yeah.
He survived a helicopter crash with only a few cuts and bruises. I don't know many people who's even been in a helicopter. I've never been.
Yeah.
So to survive a helicopter crash?
I mean, we don't know how the pilot was after this. We don't know if there were any other passengers that survived. But we do know Jeff survived it, all right?
And only with a few cuts and bruises.
Yeah.
You know how scary sounding a helicopter crash is? Those things are like just a pod with a
Yeah.
spinning, a spinning death trap above you, and you're in the air, dude. That's insane. I don't know what height they came from or how much control they had for their landing, but it said it crashed. That's testosterone for me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go with a point for that one.
All right, testosterone. So we got another one for Bezos.
So Bezos at 4 points.
We got down. He likes. He has goblin-like features. No, I know every video game I've ever played. You come across a goblin, that guy's come at you swinging. He does not care.
No. Don't get it twisted now. This wasn't in the article, alright? It's just from
Look at the guy.
observation.
We'll show you. We'll be throwing pictures,
You'll
guys.
see pictures. We'll throw them on screen.
Jeff Bezos has goblin-like features. The man's got half an eye closed. If you're gonna have goblin-like features, most likely you're gonna have goblin-like tendencies. I think we need to give a point to Bezos, because I'll tell you what, Howie Mandel does not look like a goblin. He just looks like a bald man.
Yeah, he made it pretty far in life for having those features, so that really makes you...
That's a point, bro. Goblins have to have testosterone, man. That's all they do is fight and
kill.
Yeah. All right. One of Bezos' weaknesses.
This refers back to his features.
His goblin-like features.
So this might take away one.
From what we've seen, he seems to have one weakness that is on the table. Flat out, Bezos' weakness.
This is an Achilles heel.
It's a kill. And it's that freaking eye of his. His lack of vision. So that's a weakness. And so, along with that, in a fight, you can't have any weaknesses. You got to be
true.
top of your game.
It's very
So, with that as a weakness, we deduct, right?
true. Yeah. That's
What
a
do we
part of
just
his
draw?
goblin features, so you might as well take one off.
He gained it from the goblin features, but he lost it with that eye.
Yeah.
If he just didn't have the saggy eye. So now, we're going on to Howie.
Alright.
Isaiah can take over this guy.
So for Howie, do we have more? No, we had less background, less childhood memories from Howie.
Yeah, we didn't have much of his childhood.
Yeah, the only things we know about Howie's childhood is that his mother was an extreme germaphobe / neat freak, and that's kind of where he gets his tendencies.
I see that's I imagine that's how he acquired germophobia.
Yeah, because he's a pretty well-known germaphobe. He doesn't like shaking people's hands. He doesn't like doing any of that. So
that's not good for testosterone.
yeah, that's kind of. I'm almost thinking we take a point off, even though he's
he
got
doesn't have
no
any
points
points
to
left,
begin
yeah.
with. So I
But
don't know.
he didn't gain a point
Yeah.
from that. So
Yeah. All right, should we take one off? Should we do negative? I mean, that's pretty.
well, no, he's just not gaining.
If he doesn't want to get his hands dirty, he doesn't even like shaking hands. How's he gonna fight Jeff? How is he gonna take him on?
That might be the end all be all freaking.
Yeah, he's not even gonna want to fight.
Because he won't even. There's no way he'd be able to go into the octagon with Jeff
There's
Bezos.
no way. A sweaty freaking.
He'd be running
grapple.
he'd be running all over the freaking thing while Jeff Bezos is freaking trying to grab him with his goblin hands.
He's got one-eyed guy to him.
Yeah. Running around.
Just run around the octagon in a circle trying to find him. Okay, so he's a germaphobe. His mom was a germaphobe. And this is kind of, I guess, a plus for him. When he was a kid, growing up, he got expelled from 3 different high schools. The one instance that he got expelled, the reason why was because he acted as a school board member, and he called a construction company and asked them to come build an addition to the school. Somehow the school board found out and they expelled him, I guess. So that's,
That was the
I
reason
mean,
he got so. From
I mean, it's not
dude,
that crazy. It's kind of just a stupid little prank.
Yeah, but if I were to be his friend when I was younger, I'd be like, dude, you got some balls.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
balls is testosterone.
That's very true.
I'm gonna give a point
So
to
yeah,
Howie.
we're gonna have to give Howie a point for that one.
That's a point for Howie, dude.
That's Howie's first point. That's his first point. Yeah. After high school, he said he was a carpet salesman. It's kind of dumb.
Carpet salesman.
I mean, yeah, it's whatever.
It's pretty low testosterone to me.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. And then after that, that's when he started going to comedy, became a comedian, actor, television host. This is when things started getting crazy.
So that's more his life, all right? We're past what his life was.
Not much childhood.
He got 1 point from his life.
But
now we're gonna get into his routines.
Yeah, this things start to get a little crazy. Howie starts to show his true colors in this section. His comedy routine was actually referred to as being wild, crazy, and borderline psychotic.
That's what they said.
That's pretty intense.
Borderline psychotic.
Yeah.
Now, from a person telling like, oh, it's a comedy show, he's borderline psychotic, like a Rolling Stones review.
Right.
But I think if you hear a couple of these examples, you might see why he might be borderline psychotic. Some things I don't think you guys ever knew this about Howie, so let's get into it.
I mean, you might have. I never knew this.
I don't think you ever cared to.
Now, they referred to it as alter egos. We're going to refer to it as multiple personalities. We'll throw one picture up. The one with throw up is going to be Harriet. That was one personality. But he had another one known as Phil Scorejank. And I want to say I read another one where his name was Bob. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember.
The man had multiple personalities.
Yeah, but he had at least had two other personalities. That's pretty crazy.
I don't know, dude. Is that a testosterone point?
I mean, being psycho, I don't think that gives you testosterone. I mean, it gives you points, I guess, for being in a fight. You might go off on the guy, but
I think having a psychotic mind will help you.
Yeah,
if you're having multiple personalities, that might, because like let's say you're getting beat, Jeff Bezos got him down, he's pounding, and then he switches into Harriet, and Harriet is like a freaking SJW. That might boost him, might give him the power if he breaks into those other mentalities. It's like he replenishes his body when he freaking.
He completely revives himself into a new being.
I think that's a Mandel point.
All right, yeah.
I'm giving a point to Howie for that one.
It will help him in a fight, so I guess you get a point for that. Now we're gonna go into his certain acts that he did on stage. So what he would do is he would take a rubber glove. This is what he was known for. This was his, I guess, best act. He would take a rubber glove and he would put it over his head and blow it up with his nose, and then. In response to the crowd, he would lift his arms up, thrust his hands forward, and yell, "ODL Jamie."
He takes the glove, and he blows it up, and he makes like a freaking chicken cock thing.
It's a coxcomb is what it's called.
A coxcomb. And then he puts his hands out, and he goes, What? And he sprays, and then what does he do?
He launches the latex glove off of his head.
He freaking launches it with extreme PSI and precision at the audience.
So yeah, we're thinking this could probably take out Bezos.
And I would... Dude, Bezos didn't have any attacks ready. If this is like a signature attack...
Yeah, if like, say Mandel is on his last leg, Bezos is really pounding into him with his gorilla arms, and he pulls out the signature move.
From what I see from WWE, signature moves come in handy.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty detailed signature move. He could blow freaking Jeff Bezos out of the freaking ring with that blast. I think that's a Mandel point.
Yeah, it's definitely a point to Mandel.
It's gotta be a point for having, he's ready for battle. I'm going into more of his family.
So yeah, he's got 2 daughters and a son. They weren't adopted, so he's for sure got the testosterone to back that
That
up.
might be a point for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a verified birther.
Yeah. So he's
And that means he's got a good flow going on. So I'm gonna give that a point. That's a genetic point.
and
Oh no.
lastly, his weakness.
Oh boy.
Now, I guess this happened during a America's Got Talent show, but he was very easily hypnotized to the point where he lost his germophobia.
His biggest thing about him, everything knows is about Howie Mandel. He lost it due to hypnosis.
Yeah.
He shook another man's hand
Yeah.
via hypnosis. That's pretty insane.
So yeah, I'm thinking if Bezos goes in knowing that, all Bezos got to do is hypnotize him. And
Bezos probably
all
knows a
downhill.
lot of sales marketing.
Yeah.
He can probably easily hypnotize. If somebody can hypnotize Howie out of his phobia,
Yeah.
I think the sky's the limit, man. You can tell that guy to do anything if you do the right thing.
Right.
That's a point away from Mandel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mandel. You just lost a point.
Dang.
Going back to Bezos and his
I think-
intelligence.
But I think the lack of Howie's story, we don't know what he was like as a kid.
Right.
But I'd imagine he wasn't as smart as Bezos,
No.
seeing that he's a comedian. I mean, comedians can be smart. There are some really smart
But then
comedians.
again, Howie is older, and with age comes wisdom.
That's true. He's
So,
wiser.
You might know a little thing or two more than Bezos.
There's a lot of there's a back and forth.
So yeah, we're not.
I think we'll just leave it flat for that because I don't really know. So
Which even if we gave him the point, the outcome's still the same. Bezos wins. I
mean, I tell you what, from the beginning, I thought Bezos would win anyways.
Yeah.
I think Bezos looks like a scarier dude. Now, this was before I found out about Mandel's or Howard's his psychotic things about him. I didn't know these things about him.
Yeah.
But
Wait, did we give Mandel a point for being taller?
I don't know. We didn't. Should we?
He's taller and heavier.
Oh,
I was just thinking about that.
heck yeah.
3 inches taller and 10 pounds heavier.
That might be a point for Howie.
I think so. I mean, Howie doesn't look as strong as Bezos does in some pictures, but he does have the weight
I'll
advantage.
give a point to Howie. Howie's taller and heavier. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We overlooked that.
Well, now we gotta go back to the intelligence for Bezos, because I think Bezos should win.
So
With what we've seen, with what Bezos has been through, he seems like he'd tear some people up in the ring, in the octagon.
yeah,
So
are we gonna add intelligence then to Bezos?
I feel like it's cheap, but we probably should.
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, it says in it that he created things to keep his siblings out of his room,
Oh, so
and we
he's-
use that as a defense.
Oh, he was at an early age. He was a high defensive young man.
Yeah.
Defense will help him in a fight.
Right. He's got the defense. He's got the offense. It's the strategies.
Yeah, we got to give a point to Bezos for his brain.
Yeah.
Bezos got a brain. So with the stats compared, we're looking at a 5-4. That's a close
Score.
battle. That's a close one.
Yeah.
With a connection of Howie Mandel's freaking psychotic tendencies and Bezos's
Unstableness.
goblin-like features and brains,
raw strength.
and his ability to survive a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
I mean, Bezos got some durability, some predetermination.
He's just all around built as a warrior.
He really has warrior stats. Now, as Howie is, like, if he was in a war, Jeff Bezos would be he'd be the leader on a horse, leading the army to fight. Howie Mandel would be the guy running through the middle of the war, just psychotic,
Probably butt naked.
with his
Flailing
swords
his
flailing. Well, no, his hands out like this, going, what? And he would blast people with his freaking head cannon. But he never fought for a side. He wasn't. Howie Mandel is not able to guide himself,
Right.
whereas Bezos would be able to. Now, if you're not guiding yourself, that means you got no
Yeah,
defense.
it seems like Mandel would be the puppet to Bezos.
Right.
Because he
And
can
he's
also be
easily
hypnotized.
Mandel would turn into Bezos's, like, freaking, like,
Yeah.
hoe.
Bezos pimp him out.
So, to end it off, the winning result, we're going to give it to Bezos.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos wins this fight. You guys leave in the comments what you guys thought.
Don't flip the comments now, all right? We don't want
Guys,
to.
keep comments.
I don't want to search 2000s, all right? I ain't got time for that.
Billy, keep it
I
quiet.
swear to God, Billy, you stay off our streams.
Let us know what you guys thought about this video. We're going to turn this into a series.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty funny.
CFC series. That can.
Celebrity Fighting Championship.
Yeah, and hope this was funny for you guys, as much as funny as it was for us to make it. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was pretty
So
fun.
hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. We'll catch you guys next time on CFC.
This is Isaiah and Jamie signing out.